In this portion of the primer, we're going to look at how to write functions in Python, and we're also going to look at how we start to write longer programs in Python. So far, we've been using this interactive shell where every time we write a line of code, it gets executed immediately. But typically, when we're writing a computer program, we write a longer portion of code that performs a task, and then we run that task whenever we want to. And so we're going to start to transition as to how we go about doing that. But before we do that, we're going to just start to talk about the concept of a function and how we create those in Python. And when we say the word function, we're going to start thinking about that in terms of something that you're already familiar with, which is just a mathematical function. We've all worked with functions before, like f of x, right? We'll take an example like something like f of x equals, let's say 3x plus 5, right? That's a linear function. We can ask the question, what is f of 1 or f of 4 or f of any number, and we'll get a result from that. Functions in programming, in computer programming, in Python, in any language, are really the same thing. We define a function that has inputs, and that function gives outputs. And so we call those inputs parameters, and we call the output a return value. So let's just take that simple function, f of x equals 3x plus 5, and implement that in Python and see what that looks like. And I think it'll be pretty clear, and you'll be able to write your own functions really quickly and understand that really well. So anytime we want to create a new function in Python, we use a keyword called def. You can see that turns orange. Orange means that's a keyword that's part of the Python language itself. So we're going to define, that's what def stands for, is define. We're going to define a new function. I'm going to call my function f, okay? And then I'm going to give it a list of parameters, a list of the inputs. So parentheses, in this case, x is the input. Again, this looks really familiar. It looks just the same as it does in math, f of x. Next, I'm going to write a colon. Colon means what follows is the definition of the function. So, again, def keyword means define. F is the name of the function, parentheses, and then the inputs. In this case, I have one input. It's a parameter called x. Okay, hit enter after the colon. You'll see that the code is indented and it didn't give me another prompt. It means we haven't finished what we're doing yet. Okay, we're still defining this function, and in Python, anytime you have a colon, that means you're defining a block of code, and every block of code is always indented underneath the line with the colon to indicate that that's part of that block of code. So everything that's following here is part of my function, basically, is what we're saying. Now, I want f of x to be 3x plus 5. So I simply want to return as my output that calculation. And so if I want f of x to equal 3x plus 5, I type the word return, and you can see that turned orange as well because that's a keyword in Python. That calculation that I want f of x to return to me as output, 3x plus 5. Now, remember, when I say 3x plus 5, I'm saying 3 times x plus 5, right? And in Python, we can't write 3x. We have to be very explicit about our operations. 3 times x plus 5. Okay? This is a function. This is a complete function. I've got its name, its parameter list, which are the inputs, and its return value. If I hit enter twice, once to finish the line and then once to finish the function, I get back to a prompt. And so I've defined this function. Okay? I can now use this function. We say this is a function call, is the vocabulary we use. We can call this function with a given input and it will give us an output. So for instance, I can call f of x with the value 1 for x, right? And so what happens here is that the value 1 is being passed into x as a parameter, and that value flows through the return line. 3 times 1 plus 5 is 8, so when I evaluate f of 1, I get 8, right? F of 4 is 17, right? And so I can use my function over and over again now for any given set of inputs. If I have a variable that's equal to a value, like let's say a equals 5, then I can evaluate f of a as well, right? 3 times 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20, f of a, right? I can't evaluate it on a variable that I haven't defined, I'll get a name error. So f of b, I don't know what b is. If I try to do that, it says b is not defined. Okay, but we've defined a function now, and we can call it with a variety of inputs. Let's move on to defining some more functions, but instead of defining them in the shell, we're going to create a new file that we can save so that we can have these functions available to us anytime we want and run this anytime we want rather than just in this shell. So typically when we create a new program in Python, we want to do a new file. So you can't really see it on my screen here, but we're going to go up to the File menu and hit New File. And I get this window. It says untitled and it's blank. Notice it doesn't have any of the things that the shell had, like this description of the version of Python nor the prompts. It's just basically a text editor. And I can treat it the same way. It's just that when I do things like 3 times 5 and hit enter, it's not interactive. Notice nothing printed out. But in the shell, you know, if I said 3 times 5, that is interactive, it executes immediately and gives me 15. So the new file that we're creating is not interactive. It has to be run separately. And we'll talk about how to do that as well. But for now, I just want to define some functions in my new file. So let's, just to give some more examples of that. I'm going to write a function called g of x. So def g. Actually, let's make it have multiple inputs. So I'm defining a function g, and let's give it 2 inputs, x and y. So this is a function that has 2 parameters, and I can refer to those parameters inside the function just like I did with my f of x. You know, for instance, I could have this return x squared, remember to do an exponent is a double asterisk, plus 3 times y, for instance. Notice I've defined this function now. Nothing's happening because I'm not in an interactive window, but I can use that function later on if I want to. Let's talk about how we go about running this. If you take this file and we hit F5 on your keyboard, it will run it, or you can go up to the Run menu and choose Run Module, and it will run that, and then we want to save it. I might call this functions, let's say. We'll replace that. And I come to the shell. Now nothing's happened because all I've done when I've run that file is to define this function. But I'm not using it, right? In order to use it, I have to call it. And so how do we call it? We write its name and we give it inputs. So 2, 3, for instance, for x and y. So what will this do? It will put 2 in for x and 3 in for y and return to me 2 squared plus 3 times 3. 13, 4 plus 9. Okay? And so I can use that function now that it's been defined. Let's look at some more complicated functions. We could do functions that have meaning, right? Like calculating, for instance, the hypotenuse of a right triangle. So far, my functions have been defined f and g with one letter. But like with variables, we can define variables to have names that are meaningful, right? So I might define a function called hypotenuse, because then it's very clear what this function does. It calculates the hypotenuse. What are the inputs? What would I need to know in order to calculate the hypotenuse? Well, I'd need to know the lengths of the legs. Okay, so the information that a function needs in order to do its job are the inputs, and those inputs are the parameters to the function. So in this case, I'm going to call those inputs a and b, because we say a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I could have called them whatever I wanted to, but a and b makes sense. Okay, I've used my def keyword, given it a name and a parameter list. Now what do I want it to return? Well, I want it to return the square root of a squared plus b squared. Okay, return square root. Well, we haven't talked about that, but we'll do that with an exponent, the 1/2 exponent. A squared, okay, a double asterisk 2 plus b squared, b double asterisk 2. and I want the square root, so I'm going to do that whole expression to the 1/2 power, and I'll write that in parentheses to make sure that my order of operations is correct. Order of operations in Python follows the standard order of operations you're used to in math class, so we want to make sure that we do that correctly. There we go. Right? I can run this module again now to define that function. If I don't run it, just because I typed that doesn't mean that I can use it, right? If I try to type hypotenuse now in my interactive shell, 3, 4, it will tell me it doesn't know what hypotenuse is. That's because I haven't evaluated this code yet. I have to evaluate that code by running the module or hitting F5. Save that. Now if I try to use the function I created, it tells me that the hypotenuse is 5.